Hey there, travelers. Grandpa Trav said I had to introduce this episode today to be a better team player. Interrupts me from my high score and makes me come out to Canada where it's cold. What does that old geezer know? It's not that cold. Ooh, actually, it is really cold, Mom! Ooh, ouch, Teen Trav. You probably should have left those jackets on because it can get down to about negative 58 degrees here in Canada. But don't worry, this week's animal is fully suited for this harsh environment. This week we're talking about the Arctic fox. The Arctic fox doesn't mess around. These temperatures are no joke. And living in such a rough habitat, these Arctic fox have to be very efficient in their search for food and shelter. To put negative 58 degrees in perspective, if you think about your refrigerator or your freezer, they normally don't go below 30 degrees. Arctic fox don't have the privilege of wearing a nice winter jacket when they go outside. However, their bodies are fully suited for this environment. Because they're so small and compact, they minimize the amount of surface area that's exposed to the cold. They have small legs, ears, and a muzzle, which is really important for conserving energy. They have thick white fur that keeps them nice and toasty. They also have fur on their paws, which keeps them nice and safe when they're navigating the snow and the ice from frostbite. Hey there, travelers! Are you sick of getting cold feet in the wintertime? Well, if you are, then I have the product for you. Introducing the Sack of Fur! Put it in your shoes and keep those little tutters warm. Their fur does more than warm them up. It's no coincidence that their fur is bright white, given their snowy habitat. Their fur acts as camouflage. They can easily hide in snowy backdrops to help protect themselves from predators and even keep an eye out for prey. This is so typical for the runway. I didn't get the memo that we're wearing white. Well, white is out, you losers. Pink is in. Something else really cool about the Arctic fox is that big bushy tail. Their tail serves a couple different purposes. First, they'll wrap themselves at night like a big blanket to help keep them warm and maintain a constant body temperature. Second, they also use their tail to keep balance, kind of like Norman and other cats do. Hey there, travelers! For my final act, I am gonna walk this tightrope. As you can probably guess, the Arctic tundra is not the most popular place to live. Because life is so scarce, the Arctic fox has to be really creative in its hunting skills. Arctic fox are considered omnivores, which means they'll both eat plants and animals. Plant life is very rare in the Arctic tundra. Because plant life is so rare in the Arctic tundra, an Arctic fox's main diet consists of squirrels, small birds, and their absolute favorite, the lemming. And if they can't find food on their own, Arctic fox have even been seen following polar bears and getting scraps from them. The Arctic fox has an incredible sense of hearing and smelling. One way the Arctic fox is a creative hunter is they'll wait patiently buried under the snow for prey to come scurry across. Their hearing is so good, they can tell the exact location where their prey is, even when they're buried under the snow, when the prey is within striking distance. The Arctic fox will pounce out of the snow and attack its great new meal. The IUCN currently lists the Arctic fox as least concern, which is awesome. The Arctic tundra includes Canada, Alaska, Iceland, Greenland, and even Scandinavia. This landscape can be defined by its cold temperatures, limited plant life, and shorter seasons. While this doesn't seem like a prime vacation spot, the Arctic fox requires this Arctic tundra. So we have to do everything in our power to protect it so that they can live nice and toasty with their big bushy tails. Thanks for checking us out this week, travelers. This week's honorary traveler is Traveler Becky, who wrote into travelers at travstravels.org and requested the Arctic fox. Thank you, Becky. And if you're as cool as Becky, email us and let us know what animal or conservation effort you want to learn more about. Keep on traveling.